The third approach that we have in Agile is called Kanban. Kanban is a management approach that is not part of Agile, but sometimes we use it in Agile projects. The idea of it is that we can optimize the flow of work with a value added chain. What does that mean? We can understand the meaning of Kanban from this board. So here, this is the board, the blue shape. This is a list or a station. Okay, so here we have to do, doing, done. And each task or each object that we are going to do is called a card. This board can be physical, which means that it is hanged on the wall, or it can be a software on the computer. So the first thing is the Kanban board. If you want to use Kanban, there must be a Kanban board. Each column in this board shows a station, which is some related activities like development, testing, or like we saw in the previous photo, to do, doing, done, or something. Any item or task is moved from left to right across the board while we are making progress through it. In Kanban, there is a maximum of the parallel active tasks that can be done at the same time. This is called work in progress limit. Kanban forces me to put a limit of the maximum number of tasks that can be done at the same time. So for example, in this photo, doing, some tools make it one task only. You can't be doing two tasks at the same time. Okay, so the doing column can have one task or two or three depending on our project. The third thing is the lead time. Kanban is used to optimize the continuous flow of tasks by minimizing the average lead time. What is the lead time? The lead time is the time from when you began to think about a task, to plan for it, until you finished it. So let's say, for example, today is the 1st of January, and today you began searching for resources to study for the Agile Tester exam. This means that you started studying from the 1st of January. If you finish studying at the end of June, this means that the certificate took you 6 months to study it. Okay, you may say, but I didn't study much at the first 2 months. No, you began searching in the first month, so this is the beginning of your work. Kanban has some similarities with Scrum because in both frameworks we visualize the active tasks on a board so that we have transparency. So transparency is a common thing between Kanban and Scrum. Any task that is not yet scheduled, that we don't have space for it in our Kanban board, can wait in the backlog. It's like the product backlog that we talked about in Scrum. In Kanban, we don't have to create iterations or sprints. This is something optional that we are not forced to do. We can deliver our deliverables item by item, not as a part of a release or iteration. We can do this or not. This means that time boxing, which means that our tasks are synchronized inside a sprint, is optional. We don't have to do it in Kanban. So this is an example of Kanban board inside a company. Like you see, there is a backlog and to do, and WIP means work in progress, then the done column.